The Sahel is one of the world's most vulnerable areas to climate change. Intense drought and flooding are common in the region, and that's making fertile land and water increasingly scarce. This is contributing to conflicts between communities, such as in Northeastern Nigeria, where violence between herders and farmers has led to more deaths and displacement of more people than the Boko Haram terrorist insurgency. But in Adamawa State, young women are stepping up to bring peace to their communities. DW's Sira Thierij reports.
A herder drives his cattle through farmland. It's a constant battle to find water and food for the animals. As land dries out and the desert expands, making a living has been causing deadly conflict in communities across northern Nigeria.
This land behind me used to be green, full of trees and bush, but now it's become unusable. The Sahel is creeping further south every year, swallowing villages and putting more and more pressure on communities, especially between herders who are trying to find grass and water for their cattle and farmers struggling to keep their crops alive.
But meetings like this one in the shelling district of Adamawa State can reduce tension between those competing groups by increasing communication.
Well, some of you are done with their harvest. Others are still in the middle of it. So what are the challenges you're facing during this harvesting season?
This is Hawa Musa. She gathers farmers and herders from across the region each month to talk. And there's plenty to discuss. Disputed cattle routes, child herders with hundreds of cows to look after, and arguments between farmers who claim the same land.
For normal human reaction would be to take the law into our own hands. But now I take pictures and show them to the community leaders. Then we'll bring everyone to the table to negotiate and punish the offender by law.
Northern Nigeria has a long history of conflict between herding and farming communities, fueled by the harsh environment on top of old religious, political and ethnic divisions. But it's not just history. In today's Nigeria, where child goat herders carry solar phone chargers in the field, social media can play a crucial role.
This is a call to farmers and herders in Adamawa State and Taraba to live in peace and harmony.
Yele Jisundi Solomon promotes messaging like this. She also disproves fake news, translates positive messages into different local languages, and encourages other women to take on an active role too.
We are mostly perceived as the victims. We hardly get the chance to voice out some of these effects we get after conflict. When trained, when sensitized, and we create awareness with proper guidance, women, I believe, can affect conflict positively.
Hawa is a good example. Although conflicts arise in the shelling area, they no longer escalate like they do in other regions.
Farmers and herders can never be separated. Where there is peace between us, there is shared prosperity.
As food and water grow rare, it'll become ever more important for communities to work like this one to avoid violence.